Welcome to session 6 of our 8-part video series, Pilates for Beginners. By now you should be getting into a routine. But if you've fallen off track, don't worry, you can always catch up on the sessions. They're available for you to redo as many times as you need to. So today we're going to start on the mat and let's get going. So let's get started seating on the mat, and we're going to warm up with our half roll back. So moving gently, because it is a warm up, we're going to sit nice and tall up on top of our sit bones and bring our hands behind our thighs and slowly tilt back behind your sit bones onto your tailbone and just lean back to arm distance away from your legs. And then bring yourself back up nice and tall, right up on top of those sit bones again, and lift your breastbone. And let's do that again. Inhale. Exhale, rolling back behind our sit bones onto our tailbone. Draw in your tummy and make that nice C curve on your spine. And then bring it back up on the second exhale. Let's do 2 more of these. Inhale to prepare. Exhale to roll back. Inhale, holding. And exhale, bring yourself back up tall. And last round of this, inhale, exhale, rolling back, tilting the pelvis back, drawing in the tummy, lifting your pelvic floor, and then bring yourself back up tall. So releasing the arms away, if you can, we're going to take an inhale. Exhale, roll back again. So it's the same move without using the arms on the legs, but if you need the legs, just bring the hands in. And then exhale, bring the arms forward, drawing the tummy and reach out in front. And again, inhale to prepare. Exhale, roll back, drop the shoulders, lift the chin. And 2 more rounds. Roll it back. And reach it out. And 1 more. And we'll bring it into 2 breaths. So inhale at the top, exhale it back. Inhale it forward and exhale it back. Making sure you're rounding out the spine as you roll back. We don't want to have a straight back because you're going to strain your low back. We really want to round it. Draw in your tummy and back we go. Let's go for 2 more. And 1 more. And bring it back up. So holding onto the front of the shins, we're going to push the chest up and drop the shoulders down for 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're going to go for the same move again with the arms out. We're going to open up the arms. So don't go as far back as before because this is a little bit harder with the arms wide. So inhale to prepare. Exhale, roll back and open up. Inhale forward, exhale back. So we're going to change it slightly. We're going to go into extension. So we'll roll back on the exhale again. And we're going to inhale and reach up to the ceiling. And exhale, round it out, drawing in the tummy. Drop the shoulders, lift the chin. And back up tall. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And 1 more. And bring it back up. Hold it for 3, 2, 1, and back down. So we're going to add in some rotation to get into our obliques. So let's roll back and open to one side. Keep reaching forward and back at the same time. 4, 3, 2, 1. If you need a little bit of help on this one, you can always bring the hand into the back of the leg. So we'll do it that way this time. Roll back, open up, hand on the leg if needed. Just hold it there, draw in your tummy, drop your shoulders and breathe and bring it back out. So remember the leg's always there for you if you need that little bit of extra support. 3, 2, 1 and out. Roll back first, turn, hold on or reach, 3, 2, 1, and bring it back out. So we're going to keep it moving with our obliques. So rolling back and turn and out. Again, you can bring the hand onto the leg if you need a little bit of support. So turn back, open your chest to the side, keep your shoulders down and your chin up. And we'll go for one more each side. And back up. Well done. So we should be starting to feel a little bit warmer. At this stage, drop those shoulders, lift the chest, and extend the spine for 4, 3, 2, 1. So bring your hands behind your legs, and we're going to roll down. But as we roll down, we're going to lift the legs off into tabletop. So we're getting ready to do our 100, and I'm going to give you 2 options again with the head. So you can leave the heads on the floor or come up into your ab prep position. So remember, when we have the legs off, we have our backs imprinted. Pelvis is back, ribs are down, tummies are on. We're going to do 50 in tabletop and 50 with the legs extended. Okay? And let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. Again, squeeze your knees together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. In and out and in. Now extend the legs. Bring them higher if you're feeling you're under pressure, or lower them down if you need a little bit, or if you're looking for a little bit more challenge. Making sure we're keeping the backs on the floor, the tummy's on. Last 10. Hang in there. Bend the knees, lower the head, and hug your knees in. So remember, when you're doing that one, if you feel extending the legs is too hard, too much pressure, your back starting to arch off, then just keep your knees bent. That's perfect. The heads can remain on the floor as well if there's any neck issues going on. So we're going to go again. Let's bring our feet to the floor, and we'll go from the start. We're going to roll the pelvis back, drop the ribs down so we're imprinted on the mat. Our lumbar spine is imprinted onto your mat, and we're going to bring one leg up at a time. This time we're going to do 10 tabletop and 10 extended. We're going to alternate up and down between the 2, and I'm going to do this staccato breath. So ab prepping off, chin nod, exhale, up we go. First 10 here, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Extend and bend. Extend. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Extend and bend. Extend. Last 10. Back to tabletop. Heads down. Again, hugging the knees in. And you can hold here if that's comfortable for you, because it opens up the lumbar spine. But also you can add in a little bit of side-to-side movement. Okay, so lowering the legs down. We're going to go into a new move we haven't done before. It's called roll-up. So there's a couple of versions of this you can do. We can also use some household props that will help us with the move. So I'm going to show you first. You can try it out, see how you go, and then I'll give you a couple of tips along the way. So we're going to go with our legs straight out, curl our toes up to our knees. The arms come over the overhead. So I'm going to get you all to bring your arms right down to the floor. And when you do that, you should feel like your whole rib cage is lifted off the mat. So what we're going to do is lift the arms off the floor until the rib cage is down. So about there. If I have my arms down on the floor, my ribs will be high. So we're going to just lift off a little to keep the rib cage down. So starting from here, we're going to inhale, bring the arms up to the ceiling, and then exhale, slowly peel the spine off the floor, one vertebrae at a time, slow as you can. Lifting up and forward, drawing in your tummy and reaching out beyond your feet. Lower your head between your arms, hold for your inhale, and then exhale, slowly bring it back down. We're going to drop the shoulders, we're going to lift the chin and place the spine down one vertebrae at a time. And back down onto the mat. So that's a roll up. We're going to try not to use any momentum. So we don't want to do any karate chops or quick movements, really slow and controlled. Sometimes people get stuck on this, so let's go again. So if you need to, you can put your elbow down to help you get past that sticky part. And then as you're rolling back down, just slow and controlled. We don't want to drop quickly, really slow. You can also use your legs to just slow down a little if you're dropping too fast. And then sometimes what really helps for people is to use a counterweight. So you can use hand weights, but if you don't have hand weights, you can just use a couple of tins of beans or a couple of bottles of water, whatever you have at home that's handy. So we bring the arms overhead again. So if it's too heavy, you have to be careful that it's not too heavy, because we don't want the arms to drop back down on the floor. It has to be something you can hold. And we're going to inhale, bring the arms up. We're going to reach forward, follow those bottles, up and over. Reach, 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 reach. And then same again, slowly back down, drop the shoulders, lift the chin, and use the weights to give you a little bit of counterbalance, a little bit of control. Slowly down and back onto the floor. So we'll just do 2 more. Inhale, exhale. So really using that exhale to help you get up. Drawing the tummy, reach forward. Try not to collapse down onto your legs. And then slowly rolling back down, one vertebrae at a time. Nice and controlled. One more go. Use the weights for a little bit of counterbalance. And back up. So we're going to come back up to seated position. So you can just get up as you wish, or you can roll up slowly and lift yourself tall. Okay? Put those guys aside. And we're going to go right down to the end of our mats. And we're going to do a little bit of rolling like a ball, which is another new move. So we do have an alternative for this one also. You can give it a go, see what you think. If you're not too sure about it, you can do your half roll back. So we go into this position and then bring ourselves back up and practice that. Okay, so the full position, we're going to sit right up on top of our sit bones, balancing, and lift our feet off the floor. You're going to look down at your knees, and I want you to imagine you're inside a ball, keeping this really rounded position. And let's slowly tip back behind the sit bones. Inhaling and exhaling back to balance. Okay, keep looking down. Try not to flick back your head. You're going to keep your chin down. Slowly roll back and bring it up to balance. And again, inhaling and exhaling. So keep it nice and slow. No speed on this one. Take your time. The slower the better. So each round, try and slow it down a little bit more. Really rounding out the spine. Let's just go for 2 more. Find your balance. And 1 more. And back up. Well done. Okay, so bringing it right over onto our fronts, face down, lying on your tummies. We're going to go into some of our back work and extension. So we'll start with breaststroke. The legs are parallel and the arms are in the W position on the mat. Relax your shoulders down, draw in your tummy, and let's go. Inhale, reach out in front. Exhale, circle around and lift. Inhale low. Exhale, reach and lift. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Remember the head position. We don't want to lift up tall and look forward because we're going to strain the back of the neck. So keep your nice long neck. Growing taller all the time. And 4 more. Trying to keep the legs on the floor. Fantastic. Okay, so from here, we're going to go into a little bit of leg kick. Remember, we have 2 positions here. You can stay up tall, or you can come right down on the mat and rest the head on the back of the hands. And when you're lifted, you're going to lift the top of the pelvis off to push the chest forward. Feet wide this time over the corners, and we'll go with our point, flex, extend, holding steady with that upper body, really pushing the floor away. And the breath is inhale, inhale, exhale. Exhale to reach away down the mat. Last one each side. And back down onto the forearm. Let's do a double leg lift. Reach and lift, exhale. Inhale. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Remember, you can do single leg if you need to. If you find this is uncomfortable on your back. We're going to lift our pelvic floor a little bit here, drawing the tummy. And keep the upper body nice and relaxed. Last 2, lengthen and lift. Arms out straight for swimming. We're going into full position, lifting off. And let's alternate. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. You can tap the floor if you want to. 1, 2, 1. Or stay in a hover. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's pick it up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. And then just bring your forearms in again. And we're going to do a little bit of swan dive prep. So preparation for swan dive. Feet are really wide, turned out. Chest is forward, fingers spread out, pushing the floor away. Inhale, and then exhale, lift up. Now don't worry if you can't straighten your arms, you just come as high as your body lets you go. Okay, and then lower down onto your elbows. So we're going to make sure the top of our pelvis is lifted up, so we don't land down and relax to the floor. We're going to keep a little lift all the time here under the pelvis. Take an inhale, exhale, lift. Push the chest forward, hold, reach your legs back, and lower back down. Let's do 2 more with the 4-breath pattern. Inhale to prepare, exhale, lift. Inhale, hold, and exhale, lower. And 1 more. So we're going to do the same again. We're going to do 2 breaths this time. Inhale, exhale. Inhale down, exhale up. Inhale down, exhale up. And down, and up. Let's go for 2 more. And 1 more. And lower right back down to the floor. And let's get back up for a cat stretch. After all that extension, we're going to bring in some nice flexion into the spine. So we'll start from the head and work to the tail, and then we'll change direction. So inhale to prepare. Exhale, bring your chin to the chest, your nose to your sternum, push the floor away, arch out your spine, tuck your tail under and hold. And then release your tail out, send it away. Flatten the spine, and last out is the head. Let's do that again. Inhale. Exhale, bring your chin to your chest, your nose to your sternum, arching out high, and then release back out. Let's change direction. So we'll start with the tail first, tucking under, working up your spine to the top of your head, and then release your head out, shoulders back and down, tail last. Let's do that again, tucking under, And we'll combine both moves together. Let's inhale and exhale. Head in, bum in, pushing away. Hold there, strong, high, feeling the stretch between your shoulder blades. And then release back down, past neutral, all the way down, and extend the spine. And again, we're going to go all the way up, exhaling. And bring it back to neutral. So staying where we are with the hands below the shoulders, we're going to bring the knees and feet together and tuck our toes under. And we're going to do a little bit of a lift off with the knees. So the lower you can keep your knees to the floor, the harder or more challenging it's going to be. If you wanted to make it a little bit easier, you're going to lift your knees higher. So arms are strong, pushing the floor away. Relax your shoulders down. Keep your neck nice and long. We're going to take an inhale and an exhale and just lift your knees off the floor. Now while we're up here, we're going to squeeze the knees together and then lower back down. So we're just doing a 4-breath pattern, moving on the exhale. Let's go. Don't forget the little squeeze as you lift up. Inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, hold, and exhale, lower. And then we're going to come up and hold. And we're going to count here for 4 breaths, 4 inhales, 4 exhales. So let's lift off. And then we'll start from here, breathing. That's 1. 2. 3. 4, and lower back down. Relax the toes, sit back for a second, and bring yourself up again. Okay, so we're going to take a step forward with the hands. So now our hands are out in front of our shoulders, so we need to fix that. We're going to bring the shoulders back over the hands. And what should have happened with your legs is that your hips are now in front of your knees. So we want a diagonal here, okay? If you're feeling it's enough challenge, you can stay with your 4-point kneeling. So your hands are below your shoulders, your knees are below your hips. But we've stepped on into prep 2, or level 2. So we're out a little bit and offline a bit. This time we're going to widen our knees to hip distance. And we're going to do our little lift from here. So inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift the knees. So as low as you can keep them. Hold for the inhale. And exhale, lower. So we're only lifting the knees. Nothing else changes in the body. Everything else is holding steady. So inhale, exhale, lift off. Inhale, hold, and exhale, lower. And if you're finding it hard, you can always lift a little bit higher. So we can go up here. This is going to be easier, and this is definitely going to be harder. Okay, and lower. Let's just do one more here. And lift off. Okay, and just relax for a second. So some people find this quite hard on the wrists. So you can give your wrists a little roll, take a little break. As you're progressing through the classes, your wrists will get stronger. So don't give up on it if you're finding it hard. But a little tip for the wrists is to just roll up our mat and just bring your hands towards the front of the mat. So it just decreases the angle and decreases the pressure on the wrists. So we can try it there. See if it works better for you if you're having trouble, and we'll just lift off. Take an inhale, exhale, lift, inhale, hold, and exhale, lower. Okay, just making sure if you're doing this that you have the hands to the front. If you go to the back, it's going to be harder. All right, so we're going to hold for our 4 breaths like we did with the first plank position, and we're going to take an inhale, and exhale, lift off. And count our 4 breaths. And we're down again, relax the toes, sit back for a second, and bring yourself up. So holding this position, we're going to bring it on a little bit more. You're making sure your hands are below your shoulders and your hips are in front of your knees. We're nice and strong through the arms. Our neck is nice and long. We're reaching forward through our head and our shoulders are down our back. So what we're going to do is just straighten one knee. Keep your feet on the floor and just straighten your knee. And if you start in the right position, you should have space just to straighten your leg. Okay? If you're back here, you're going to end up turning a little bit. So we want to make sure we're in the step forward position. So bend and lift and lower back down. And switch sides. Extend the leg and lower to the floor. Nice and light. You're going to start feeling your arms working a lot here because a lot of body weight down through the arms. Just take your time. If you need to take a little break, do, and come back to it after a stretch or after a rest, or grab a glass of water. One more of these each side. And we're going to lift up one knee and leave it up there. And hold. Now we're going to lift the second knee off. So ready, inhale. Exhale, lift the second knee off. Now we're up strong and long. Reach out through your head. Reach back through your heels. Let's tap one knee down and bring it back up. Tap the other knee down and bring it back up. And keep going. Tapping, exhale to tap. If you're in trouble, bring both knees to the floor and go back to the previous exercise where you're lifting your knee up from the floor. And we're going for 4 more. 3, 2, 1, and back down. And sit yourself back into your shell position. Reach your arms forward and take a couple of nice filling breaths. Come on back up into our seated position. You can have your knees bent or cross-legged, sitting nice and tall. We're just going to rotate the wrists. So the arms and the wrists get a lot of work in that one. So don't worry if you're finding it a little bit challenging. It is hard at the start, but just keep plugging away at it and you'll build up the strength gradually. Okay, and then up and down. Side to side, and then we're going to bring the hands together, sitting nice and tall. We'll do a little spine twist. So inhale in the middle, exhale, rotate back for 3, 2, 1. Inhale to center, lifting tall. One more set each side. Last go. And bring the hands down, side bend over. Hold it for 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring it back up. Switching sides. Feel that nice stretch. Push your hip down to the floor. 3, 2, 1. Last one each side. Lovely stretch and opening up of the side of the body. And that's it for today. Well done, everyone. Thanks for joining me. See you next time on the mat.